Jai Hind everyone, welcome to another video class. I hope you all are safe and healthy as well. So the chapter what we have started, coal and the petroleum, we all are end of this chapter and we are about to start the exercise today. Before that, we just recaptured everything what we have done in the past videos. So in the last of this chapter, there are two major topics were there. That first is consequence of the excessive mining of coal and petrol in our daily life. Due to the huge demand, we have to complete it. So obviously we have to mining excess, and what kind of consequence it will leave on our nature and surrounding as well. And also we have discussed about the future reference. That means what will happen in the next future when we have to consume too much amount of oil, and we can say the natural resources as well, because they all are limited. So today we are going to discuss about the exercise what we were given back of the chapter. So let's do it. Let's have a look. So let's start with a very short answer question in one word. First, name two non-coal material obtained from lithosphere. The answer should be petroleum and natural gas. Second question, the named process of slow conversion of wood into coal under high temperature, high pressure and in absence of air. It should be carbonization. Third, what is the role of coke in metallurgical process? It should be reducing agent. Fourth, which is better fuel, coal or coke? It should be coke. Why? Because coke has 98% of carbon, so obviously the carbon content is very high in it. Last, which property of petroleum is used for separating it into various fractions? It will be volatile mixture. Let's move ahead with a short answer type question. Answer within 10 to 15 words. The first question is, what is meant by destructive distillation of the coal? So it is a process, or we can say that it is a decomposition process from which the coal is actually divided into several constituents, just like coke, coal tar and the coal gas in the absence of air, with temperatures up to 1400 degrees Celsius. Second question, mention two uses of coke. First use as a domestic fuel, second as to produce water gas CO plus H2. Next, third question, is crude oil a mixture or a compound? Explain. So we can especially say that crude oil is a complex mixture of a large number of organic compounds of different types mixed with the saline water and slit, which can actually find in a fine dust particles. Next, fourth one, name the various fractions products obtained from crude oil after distillation. So we already know that the crude oil is gone through the fractional distillation, where we can find different kinds of byproducts, just like petroleum, gas, petrol and night naphtha, kerosene, diesel, fuel oil. These are considered as a fuel product. And rather than that, non-fuel products also we can find, just like residue of lubricant oil, paraffin wax and asphalt. Next and the last one, give a few suggestions to save petroleum for future generation. Obviously we know it is a limited kind of thing, so some options we can opt for saving it, just like drive at constant and moderate speed, do not use accelerator quite often. Second, switch off the engine or in the traffic light, or where some it is not necessary. Third, maintain correct kind type pressure, so it will be put a less pressure on our engines. Last, get your vehicle serviced at a regular interval of time. Let's start with the long answer type questions. So the first question is, define exhaustible and inexhaustible natural resources and give two examples of each. So first, exhaustible natural resources, that kind of resources which are present in our nature but likely to get exhausted in a certain period of time. It's known as exhaustible natural resources. For example, you can take petroleum, coal, natural resources just like gas, forest, etc. Inexhaustible natural resources, those kind of natural resources which are present in our atmosphere, in our surrounding, but they are unlimited in quantity, and obviously it is not likely to get over by the human activities. These kind of things are known as inexhaustible natural resources. Example, you can take wind, water, sunlight, etc. Next question, how is wood converted into coal inside the earth? So the answer should be like that coal actually formed by the anaerobic process, which is also known as thermal degradation of the dead plants and the other kinds of animals, big plants, trees, which got buried inside the earth millions of years ago. This is actually the conversion of wood into the coal, influence of high temperature, high pressure in the absence of air. That process is also termed as carbonization. Now the next question is, how is coal gas obtained? Name the active components of the coal gas. The answer is, the coal gas is a gaseous product obtained by the destructive distillation of the coal. And the main constituent of the coal gas are hydrogen, methane, carbon monoxide and nitrogen. Last question is, how is petroleum formed inside the earth? So the answer is like that. Petroleum products are actually a result of decomposition of organisms living in the sea under high temperature, high pressure and in the absence of air. What will happen actually when the all sea organism kind of sea things are actually sank in a seabed, we can say, and then they will gradually covered with the sand and the clay, we can say mud it also. So over a period of millions years, these remains got covered or converted into petroleum under the combined effect of high pressure, high temperature and bacteria in the absence of air. Now move towards take the odd one and giving reason also. First is air, water, soil, forest, plastics and minerals. So plastic is the odd one. Why? Because rest of are found in the nature. They are all natural resources except the plastics. Second, the coal, wood, petroleum, natural gas. So obviously wood is found in the forest and coal, petrol, natural gas are the natural resources which are found under the earth crust. Third, coal, natural gas, coke, coal tar. So obviously natural gas is the odd one. Why? Because rest of are related to the coal. Fourth, LPG, kerosene, asphalt, petrol. Here asphalt is the odd one. Why? Because LPG, kerosene and petrol are used as a fuel agent but not the asphalt. Fifth and the last, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, fuel oil and asphalt. So obviously fuel oil is the odd one because it's a fuel, a kind of thing which is used as a natural resources fuel, but lubricating, paraffin, wax and asphalt, they all are non-fuel kind of product after refining of the petroleum products. Start with HOTS, higher order thinking skills. The first question is, comment on the statement fossils in your car. Since we all know that fossil fuels just like petrol, they are used in our car tanks, and these are actually the millions of years ago the plants and the algae got buried under the sediment and the seas of the oceans. So obviously after the high pressure over the year, high temperature, this anaerobic bacteria convert into the organic material. So obviously these hydrocarbons are turned into petroleum, natural gas and coal, what we are using in our daily life. Next question is, what is meant by the anaerobic thermal degradation of wood? Where did this process occur? So the answer is like that. Anaerobic thermal degradation of wood, which is also known as carbonization, it is a slow process and may take thousands of years to take place. Thus the slow conversion of the wood into coal under the influence of high temperature, high pressure and in the absence of air, this will be convert into the coal. These kind of coal, this is a process we can say it's processed under the sedimental rocks and the metamorphic rocks. Next question is, which two properties of petroleum makes it possible to form a separate layer over water? So the answer is density and surface tension. Due to these two properties, petroleum can make a separate layer over water. The last question is, how does planting of trees on large scale help in reducing the pollution caused due to the burning of fossil fuels? So the answer is, after burning the fossil fuel, the maximum amount of carbon dioxide will release Except then, other polluted gases also will be there, just like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. But the percentage of carbon dioxide will be greater. And this gas can be absorbed by the trees and the plants because it will help them in the photosynthesis process. That's why we can say that planting of trees on a large scale help in reducing the pollution caused due to the burning of fossil fuels.